So I know the last thing you or I wanted was an unscripted Minecraft video, but I made something that I'm proud of and I want to show it off. And I also want to talk about what's going on right now. What's going on is that I took a break from working on Adventure World just because I'm tired. It's finals week right now, and I'm tired. Well, not right now. I was tired. But anyway, I'm still taking a break because the thing that I am actually working on right now in Adventure World is difficult. What a surprise. So I decided to do something that at least I thought would be less difficult, but I think in a way actually ended up being way more difficult. Oops. So this is basically a cobblestone generator, but with extra steps. It's automated. I'll just go ahead and turn it on so you can see what's happening. I don't need you right now. Okay. Now let's turn it on and see what happens. So we see that if we flip this lever down, according to this sign right here that somebody made, the machine will turn on, and it's a jump start. So that must mean that, well, a jump start means a jump start. What does that mean? Oh, hey, look at that. So what just happened is this bar of slime went down and it pulled something out of here. It looked like it pulled some cobblestone out of here. And then when it got over here, something pulled that cobblestone down. Now you would think, well, why don't you just, if it ends up here and it was back there, why don't you just push it across with pistons? Well, you see, it's not that simple. Well, it might have been, but not in this case. Because of the way I decided to build this particular cobblestone generator, I did not make it easy for myself to do this right here. You can also maybe see that there's a flying machine propelling it, and so what's going on there? It's going both ways. So you can see that when I'm about to get killed. Actually, I'm in creative mode, but when you see when that green block goes down, it looks like this flying machine goes forward. And then this green block goes down, it goes back the other way. Well, that's a two-directional flying machine. It's definitely not two-dimensional. And it's actually not a flying machine anymore whenever it reaches here, because the slime part is used to get some cobblestone. There's some kind of double piston extension action going on right here. There's single piston extension over here, which is boring. And for some reason, these pistons have to get pulled out of the way when they're not being used. Well, that's another thing. It has to do with the push limit. At least it had to, before I realized what this machine was actually going to be doing. So now, even if those pistons were on there, it would still work fine, but I guess legacy reasons have forced those pistons to be pulled out of the way. Also, it keeps doing things back there when it's up here, which, even though it's not supposed to, when it does, it doesn't hurt anything, so I haven't tried to undo it. Actually, I did try, but it didn't work, so it stays. Also, we're all full here, and it doesn't actually break, really, when it's full. It keeps going. In fact, if all we did was just got rid of the blocks that were in the way, it would keep working. See? What did I tell you? I would never lie about that. So yeah, I'm really proud of this, because this took way longer than it should have to make, but when it did work, it worked so well that I was just amazed. I mean, I don't really know how much practical use there would be to this, like in a survival world, but I guess the whole point of creative mode and redstone is that, well, that doesn't matter. You don't have to think about whether or not it would be practical to build or even use in survival. You just make it. And that's what I like about it. I don't really know what else to say about this. I mean, I guess I could show you what's on the inside, which is complicated, scary redstone mess. But I guess at least some people might find it interesting, so I guess I'll do that. Let's turn this machine off. Actually, no, let's keep it on. I was about to say I didn't know if that was gonna work, but it did. So hey, Cool. Cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and go inside. Let me show you my place. It's a little bit messy. I don't usually have people over. Anyway, you can see that we've got some input going right here, some outputs. It wasn't immediately obvious that that's what those were, but I'm telling you. These inputs, or that input, I don't know why I used plural, comes from this observer whenever it detects that there's a flying machine here. Now, if there's a flying machine here, then we probably have some cobblestone to pick up. So it sends that pulse into here, which goes into a pulse extender, and that pulse extender actually drives this line, which drives some pistons. Which pistons exactly? Oh, the legacy piston. I almost died again. I need to get out of here, I'm not safe. Okay. These legacy pistons right here. And the pulse has to be long enough that another pulse can come and cause a little machine built right into here to do the double piston extension. So, I'm not going to go over how the double piston extender works because it's actually really simple. And it's not very simple if you try to look at the circuitry that does it because it's made compact. Anyway, this pulse is normally off, which is inverted, and when this pulse suddenly becomes off over here, it, triggers this observer, but also a blank redstone pulse comes out up here, which I don't know if that's a concept that really makes any sense, but that's what happens. Anyway, what that does is it actually turns off, allowing this torch to come on. So yeah, there's a whole line of inversion. I almost got killed again. And that allows this repeater to, for only one time during the whole cycle, well, technically twice, but don't worry about it, activate this piston when it gets down here. This one's activated first, of course. And you'll see in a second how that... Okay, this isn't going to be very useful if you're full of cobblestone. Also, well, that's not good. I need to get rid of that block. Can I... Wait a minute, how did that get there? Oh, I broke it. That's how. Okay, can you just... You know what? That's what this little machine right there is for. Oh, well... I'll turn it on, and you see that this piston goes first, followed by this piston, and then this piston again. Now, how does that piston go again? I almost got killed again. Man, this is a dangerous work environment. It's this observer. This observer, of course, goes on when the pulse goes off, and when it comes back on, which is why this piston is able to be activated twice. I really need to get out of here. I'm not actually worried for my life, it's just I'm trying to do a video here. And this pulse, of course, gets activated last, because it's what sets the flying machine back on its merry way. And we'll see that right now, coincidentally. So yeah, that's basically the whole operation of this flying machine, cobblestone generator, except for one part. Well, actually two. This is the one other part. Now this is kind of similar to that other mechanism we saw. It is also activated by a flying machine's presence. Oops. Except it does less things. One of the things it does, and the first thing it does, is it activates this little T flip-flop. And the reason it does that is because this is going to get activated twice. Once on entrance, again on exit. We only want something to happen on entrance. So we have a toggle flip-flop that is normally off, gets turned on when it enters, gets turned off again when it exits, so that nothing happens. So this first pulse goes down here to a complicated mess, and I'm just gonna break in. So yeah, this torch right here gets turned off, which turns this off, which allows these torches to come on temporarily, which pushes these pistons, or activates these pistons, which grab the cobblestone. And the act of this happening causes another pulse to turn these torches off, which turn these torches on, which allow these little pistons to push after these have pulled. And that's the mechanism that gets the cobblestone into the tray. And of course, as you saw, I'm gonna have to break out again, there was a second thing that this little detector did. And that happens after all of this. Well, after most of it, it activates something on the other side of this wall, which just so happens to be this, which sets the flying machine back on its merry way the way it came from. And you'll see exactly when that... Well, you're not going to see when it happens if it's clogged up. Oops. So, push down, grab, and at about the moment that it grabs, it also pulls it back, because, well, we instantly don't need the flying machine anymore as soon as the cobblestone's been pulled off, so... Okay. I don't know what the deal with that was. Probably some... Oh yeah, probably something like that. Probably exactly that. So yeah, there is one last thing that happens, and it's technically the most important thing in the whole machine, because without it, the machine wouldn't work. Now you must think, well, this has got to be... If it's so important, it's got to be really complicated. Well, you're wrong. Because it's this. Right here. This is the whole generator. This is what makes the cobblestone generator a generator, other than the water and lava. Because whenever this observer whenever the lava and water meet, they make cobblestone. And this sudden existence of cobblestone makes this observer right here send a pulse up here to this, which of course, I fell, which of course activates this piston, pushing it out of the way. However, that piston arm suddenly being there, well, that's a problem, because then the observer goes off again. And then when the piston arm retracts, well, the observer goes off a third time. And that's not very helpful. At least I think it's 3. It might only be 2, but still, the point is, there's a pulse or 2 that we don't want. So what we do is the first pulse will latch the repeater for a certain amount of time. Then by the time that repeater's unlatched, we're not getting pulses anymore. Until, of course, the next cobblestone gets formed, and then the process repeats. And that is the very core of the automation, except that the automation would stop... I'm stuck again. The automation would stop once the cobblestone got to this point right here. The thing is, you could break all of this like all you want, but the generator wouldn't start back up until the block where the lava and the water meet is broken, and usually that's kind of hard to access. But in this one special case, and the whole reason for this slime block draggy bar is so that the whole generator can be started again, but it's not going to be easy to demonstrate if it's clogged again, so I'm just going to clean it out. And let's hurry back. Okay, let's get up here. Block's gone. And in the background, we can see, there's the exact observer I'm talking about, and there's the process that's happening. And it's finished exactly when it comes back. And it starts up again as soon as it leaves. Yeah, that's the important part. I've got a really close-up view of that double piston extension happening twice. Because reasons. The reason it happens twice is the same reason that I needed to put a toggle flip-flop behind that little observer face right there. However, I don't have a toggle flip-flop behind this one. I originally did, but the thing is, a toggle flip-flop toggles a solid state. It toggles either an on state or an off state. And so what I'd have to do is have a toggle and also something that generates a pulse. So when the toggle's on, the pulse gets sent, and when the toggle's off, the pulse gets not sent. And I tried that and it didn't work. I mean, I suppose I could try again. Well, hold on, how long is this video? It's 15 minutes long. I guess I may as well try. Why not? It'd probably be a good idea to turn the machine off. Also, for some reason my game likes to do this double right-click thing. My mouse doesn't double right-click, I'm absolutely sure of it, but it seems like in Minecraft it does. And it's really annoying, because if I ever double flip that, the way this works is it has this little thing. That observer pulse causes this piston to push its block and lose it. And of course, when that lever changes its state, then it grabs the block back. However, if I accidentally flip really quickly, then, well, that block is stuck there when it's in the off state, but it's powered, so that's not right. That's the annoying thing about the double click. I gotta be careful when opening that door. There's literally repeaters right here. If I change the timing just one bit, it'll all be broken. So let's get rid of this redstone block. That's what I don't need. What I do need is a hopper. Where's a hopper around here? I mean, I know there's... it's on the other side. I don't want to have to go all the way over there. I'm lazy. There we go. I also need a redstone torch. Let's replace the sign that I don't need. So this is where the pulse comes in. And... Right. That's gonna... Well, actually, it doesn't necessarily need to be a repeater. It can just go straight into that block, because that... Well, I guess that works. That's not a block. So let's just go ahead and place some hoppers. That's not the direction I wanted. There we go. And yeah, well, actually, one more thing. Now the toggle. I don't have much room there. Let's go the other way. It's gonna make it hard to move around in here. Actually, it's gonna make it impossible to get to that door. If I'll just move this one block higher. Like that. All that work for nothing. So let's build. I can't fly and do this at the same time. At least I don't think I can. Right there. I can't decide. If I put it here, then the repeater needs to be right here. Doesn't it? Okay, so if I... That won't power that, but what it will do is it'll do that. That'll be a pulse. I mean, that should do it, right? Well, it would if I put a redstone in there. There's not any... Okay. But there's something that worries me. When I jumpstart that machine, that flying machine's gonna leave. So we need to have it default to this state. Right? Yeah. So then when it leaves, this will of course get toggled. And wait, what's the delay I have for the repeater on the other side? I'm actually gonna have to go over there this time. I seem to remember it's not 1 tick. Yeah, it's actually 3. No, 2. Right? Yeah. I just remember how it looks, not... Wait, I don't even have a repeater. Do I? No, I do not. Okay. Yeah, that's what I remember it looking like. So my issue is... So yeah, it'll work normally, but then when I turn it off... I think it'll be fine. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see through trial and error if it's fine. If it is really, in fact, fine. Moment of truth. Wait, no, not moment of truth. I keep forgetting to do this every time. Okay, now the moment of truth. Well, that's a good sign. It actually still works, but we haven't actually seen what that thing is supposed to do. Alright, that looks good. And it doesn't happen again when it leaves. Okay, so that's the part that was... Okay, so if I turn the machine off right now, and when it comes back, it toggles it. So if I were to turn it on now... Wait, is it still fine? I think it is. I think it is in fact fine, right? Yeah, okay, so it does work now. I still don't even need that because of the push limit not being a problem, but I'm going to keep it. I'm just going to keep it because it's kind of cool. The concept of moving pistons out of the way is just cool enough for me to keep a legacy feature like that. So yeah, I actually got that to work. I don't know why it wasn't working the first time. Well, it works now, so that's good. Oh, there is one last thing I have to show. This is something that was originally in that weird machine over there, but after I started realizing that no, it's not going to work the way I was making it originally, I had to remove it. I was first really proud of this thing, because this was the pinnacle of technology at the time for me. So it's a triple piston extender, kind of. It's a triple piston slime bar extender. Originally what would happen is the slime bar would still be there, except it wouldn't be flying. It would just move the cobblestone out of the trench into here. Right? Exactly right there. And then that stuff, okay, that was actually one more, would pull it, and I guess I thought, like, I would start propelling it upwards, I guess, from there. But the thing is, I can't put pistons, just pretend this is a non-sticky piston, I couldn't put pistons right there because of one slight problem. Yeah, for one, this is a huge problem. Wait, can we... Oh, I've broken it. How about if I do that? Okay, now it's fixed. So yeah, okay, the actual other problem that I was talking about was this. See, that's no good. Now, if I have this hidden behind something that can't be moved, like a furnace, I need a furnace. Yeah, why is it in decoration? I mean, it's probably always been there, but why? I don't consider that decoration. I don't just put furnaces around for decoration. See? Then the whole thing doesn't move. That's the problem I was having. So I realized this isn't going to work. I'm still going to keep the design because I'm very proud of it. And I still am proud of it. There's where I was testing the pulse extender. I could not for the life of me remember how to make it. But I did eventually remember. The only thing I had to look up was how to do a TNT duplicator, because that's what this was originally going to be. It was going to be completely automated, and there was going to be TNT that blew up this part. But it only blows up something about this big. And of course, it also does stuff like that. Which is not good. Also, I kept blowing stuff up every time I tried to make the TNT duplicator. So yeah, now it's manual. The harvesting is manual. As much as I hate it. But yeah. So, thanks for watching. I'm really proud of this, and I'm happy if you watched all the way through. Thank you. Bye.